This is Adam Anderson, 4-time world champion, driver of Gravedigger. You're watching LEGO MT Fan TV.
I'm Lindsay Wink, driver of the Lucas Oil Crusader, and you're watching LEGO MT Fan TV.
Hey guys, Scott Hartsock here with the Gunslinger Monster Truck, and you're watching LEGO Fan TV.
This is Scott Buto with Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, and you're watching LEGO MT Fan TV.
Hey, this is Jim Kohler, and you're watching LEGO MT Fan TV, the wildest LEGO TV you've ever seen.
Live, presented by Thayer Transportation, Career Services and DJ's Trucking, Diamonds and More Grandstand. Are you ready to meet the stars of our show? Well, first and foremost, allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is Brett Mason. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I'll be taking you through all the action today. And I'd like to start off by introducing to you two of our two-wheel high-flying freestyle motocross riders. The first guy, he came all the way from the state of California. Welcome, Derek Beckery. He's joined by a man from Massachusetts, Death Beaton. Gentlemen, time to introduce you to the monsters. Now, the first two trucks I'm going to introduce to you today, they require a little crowd participation. We're going to start on your left-hand side. You see that big old fish? Well, it's driven by a man from the state of Minnesota, and every time he comes out, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands out in front of you and make your jaws chomp. Dan Dahlgren and Shark Guy. All right, now that I got your attention, we're swinging all the way to your right-hand side. You heard me talk about this truck in the pit party. It's driven by a young man from Jonesboro, Illinois, a second-generation monster truck driver, and when he comes out, you're going to put your T-Rex claws out and you're gonna roar for Logan, Tweety, and Roaring Rex. Right next to it, ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of Jimmy Creedon's Bounty Hunter. Jimmy has drove that truck for 2 world champions. But we decided to let Jimmy take a day off, kick back, and enjoy the show. So we brought in a man who's driven trucks like Iron Outlaw, Monster Butt Dalmatian, and Rottweiler. From Tonganoxie, Kansas, it's Austin Mitten and the Bounty Hunter. Trucking competition today, ladies and gentlemen. This young gun started turning wrenches for us before he even had a driver's license, getting his hands and elbows greasy, working. We gave him a chance to drive a truck last year, and he's been tearing it up ever since. From Victorville, California, please welcome Corey Keinel, Jekyll and Hyde. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you may... some great kids out there. Why don't you tell the folks a couple of the trucks you've driven?
I've driven Megalodon, Monster Mutt Rottweiler, Monster Mutt, Bounty Hunter, Iron Outlaw, Scarlet Bandit. I've pretty much driven everything there is.
Well, listen, and it shows because you came out here, stepped into the Bounty Hunter, laid it down. What an interesting track here. I say that because the surface is the same, but you're going from wet to dry, and the tires handle a little differently then.
Yeah, it's a little tricky where it's wet, you know, it's real slick. And you get into the dry stuff and you kick up the dust, you can't really see where you're going. So it's a little bit better in the wet, you know.
All right, well, let's hear it for Austin Fitton for a Bounty Hunter, ladies and gentlemen.
With all of us guys at 2X Live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready for 2
as hard as they can. We get Nugent out here to freestyle, you know, not in his home state, but pretty darn close. And he's doing it in front of his folks. You've been there too. And I know you guys worked your butt off to get Jekyll and Hyde back out there.
Oh yeah, you might as well give me the mic. This is gonna be a long one. You know, that kid right there, I seriously worked his tail off to get to where he's at. I'm so beyond proud of that kid Mike right there. He's been killing the game. He's already ran 3 times and you couldn't even tell it was his first time. He's a natural.
Yeah.
All my team back here. Every single person that gets these trucks down the track. I want every one of these people back here. That truck wouldn't be able to do what it did without them. You know, they seriously bust their butts day in, day out, week in, week out, year after year, to make sure that we can do this for you fans. I'll give you a little backstory on this truck jump. Last year in San Bernardino, California, at my hometown show, the boss gave me the rip that told me I could jump bounty hunter. Let's just say I didn't make it. Totally destroyed my boss's truck. They finally, just in the pits back there, they said, "Did you miss racing? We're gonna let you hit this again." And I can tell you, the jump was a part of the plan. Hitting that hard wasn't. I wasn't missing again. We appreciate every single one of you guys out here spending your hard-earned money and coming out here and burn this place to the ground. I hope you had a good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Bob, Brandon, Tia, Paul, Jimmy, Dan, Logan, Mike, Cameron. Oh my gosh, here we go again, missing them all. Mike Nugent, Jeremiah Paris, Cameron, who am I missing? Christy and Merch. And my name is Brett. Thank you so much for coming out, Rutland. Be kind to one another. God bless you. The driver